Welcome to Miss Valdez's 7th grade choir class. Today we're going to listen to, analyze, and describe music by learning solfege, triads, and the treble clef. So first let's start with solfege. When you're singing the solfege, I want you to practice using the hand signs, starting with do down by your hips. When you get up to so, that should be around your chest. And when you get up to the high do, it should be by your forehead, and the same going back down. I would also like you to practice using numbers, as you see on your screen. When you sing the solfege scale, it should sound like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So you have each of these syllables for the solfege scale. Let's talk a little bit more about what they each mean and how you can remember what the hand sign looks like. Do is what everything is based on, or the rock of your chord, or scale. So that's why it's a closed fist. Re also leads back down to do. Re, do. So you could think of it as that angle, or as a plane that's about to take off from the ground, but the back wheels are still on the ground. Mi is the third of the chord. Do, mi. That one is nice and steady and high, so you could think of that one as a plane flying in the air. Fa is the fourth of the chord, and that has your thumb pointing down. To help you remember this, you can think of it as leading back down to mi. Fa, mi, just as re goes back down to do. Re, do. And now so, the fifth of the chord, you can think, well, that's the fifth, so I hold up all 5 of my fingers right in front of me. So those 5 sound like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And now we can go on to la, ti, and the high do. But for most of our warm-ups, we will be focusing on just 1 through 5, do through so. When you sing la, I want you to think of having a lot of space in the back of your mouth. And you can think about this using that same hand position, lining it up on your cheek. La, sol. And to remember what ti looks like, just think of it leading back up to do. That's the function of ti. Ti, do. And high do is just the rock again. It's just an octave higher than where you started. Do, do, do. Now let's apply this to our chords, or also known as our triads. In your triad, you have a root, a third, and a fifth. So I have highlighted here for you each of those. Do is the root, mi is the third, and so is the fifth. So a triad will sound like this. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. So now let's look at some triads. These are the triads I would like you to start working on. When I mention later that I want you to do the triad chant, it will sound like this. A, C, E, B, D, F, C, E, G, D, F, A, E, G, B, F, A, C, G, B, D. Those are the triads that you should practice and have ready to keep chanting in class with everyone. It will also help you to remember your triads and visualize them by memorizing the staff here that you see in front of you. In the spaces, you have a triad that you might recognize, F, A, C, along with an E. You can think of that as also including an A triad, A, C, E. The same thing goes for the lines. You have E, G, B, and then again with the B triad, B, D, F. This is something else that you should be practicing at home, so that when we work in class, you can recognize which notes are on the staff. So, to sum everything up, the things I want you to practice at home: the triad chant, like we went through, right there as you see it, and some solfege warm-ups. You can go up and down the scale, like you heard me do, and there's another warm-up I would like you to practice. This one I like to call a climbing scale. You go up higher each time you sing. So you start on Do, and then you go up to Re and back down to Do. Then you start on Do, go up to Mi, and back down to Do. So it should sound like this. Do, do, re, do, do, re, mi, do, re, mi, fa, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. That is the climbing scale warm-up that I would like you to keep practicing at home. If you would like, you can also practice it on numbers, as you see it as an example below. There's another warm-up you can practice that I like to call the jumping scale. First, you go all the way up to So or up to 5. We'll start with numbers on this one, so it'll be a little bit easier. And then you come back down to 1, and then you slowly jump from 5 down to 1. So that warm-up scale will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. And then you keep repeating that as you go up. So for this, I just want you to get more comfortable with these at home, and we'll review these in class.